Evening, all Atmas. On this Sunday evening, we are going to see a very important session on how gunas varies from each person, how to remove negative gunas and imbibe positive gunas to lead a successful, contented, peaceful life. So, what is gunas? See, gunas is a reaction to the action done. For instance, if you do a same act again and again, the act gets stored in the subconscious mind. And for each act, there is a reaction. For action, there is an equivalent of opposite reaction. That's what Newton's third law of motion says. For every action, there is a reaction. So, that reaction also gets stored in the subconscious mind. For instance, you have done an action, so you have written an examination, that is action, and you are not done well. The reaction is you have failed. Failed is the result, and the reaction to the result is dejection, self-anger, self-hatredness. So this dejection, self-anger, self-hatredness, these are all the reactions. This also gets stored in the subconscious mind. The action what you have not done gets stored in the subconscious mind. So every time your action is not successful, mainly because exam is the end date, but for that you have to make a long preparation. And while doing this preparation, your mind getting diverted day in and day out due to various extraneous factors. A student is dragged by the gadgets, by the videos, what he see in the mobile phones. He keeps a book in the room, study room. His parents feel that he is studying, but inside the book he keeps the mobile phone and see the video. He plays the video games. So what happens? The productive time of reading the subject he is wasting in getting addicted to the videos, and ultimately the time passes, and when the examination date comes, he is not ready with all the subjects thoroughly. With the result, he could not able to succeed. So this his addiction to the watching the video, by cheating the mother's parents, by keeping the mobile phone inside the book, he is not cheating any outside person, he is cheating himself, because of which he could not succeed in the examination. This daily keeping the video, mobile phone and seeing the video on daily, every day, this experience gets stored in the subconscious mind, that becomes a habit for him. And he enjoys the time in watching the video, with the result that productive time which he has to acquire the knowledge, which he has acquired the get thorough with the subject for the examination, which he is losing, because of which, though he enjoys the time, enjoyment at the education time is only by gaining knowledge, not by watching the movies all the time. You can keep specific time for it, enjoy it, and subsequently focus. But entire time focusing, enjoying will only lead to your time going wasted unproductively. But these experiences and all get stored in the subconscious mind. And because of this experience, these actions, what you have done all the day, and the enjoyment, this enjoyment, what happens when it's got stored in, he will not have interest in studying the subject. And that is the trait, that is the guna he is developing. This is tamasic guna, because his interest is not on the subject, what he has to do as a student. His interest is only enjoying by watching the video. This is a tamasic guna. And when he faces failures, he gets self-anger, he has rejection. Self-rejection is also tamasic guna. Facing self-anger is also tamasic guna. And he feels inferiority complex because of his own mistakes. So these gunas get stored in the subconscious mind, and every time, yesterday he is watching TV, this got stored. Today he is watching video, so every day when you do, as and when he opens the book, immediately his mind recapitulates his old experience and gets show interest in watching the videos in the mobile phone, keeping inside the book. So these experiences only makes man, these gunas, habits, and every action, if it is stored in subconscious mind, it becomes a habit. And the reaction to the action It is stored in the subconscious mind, which reflects back is by way of trait or guna. So gunas as such, as we have seen in Bhagavad Gita, are three categories: Rajasic gunas, Tamasic gunas, and Sattvic gunas, and divine gunas finally. So if you see in the evolution of mankind, from after the animal, five sense animal life, the sixth sense human being is taking the form. But once he takes the human form, initially what experience he is having? He is having only the fifth sense experience. In the fifth sense animal, he has passed through three stages. One is carnivorous, one is omnivorous, and third is herbivorous animal. So herbivorous animal is the last stage before it takes the human form. So carnivorous animal is the animal which eats only flesh. So it has got that killing the animal and eating it. That is the habit it has having, and these habits also stored in the subconscious mind. And this omnivorous animal, it kills the animals and also eats the fruits, vegetables. This experience also stored in subconscious mind, because the Atma, which has taken various forms, at each stage of forms, like insect, lizards, snakes, birds, animals, in all these stages, whatever experience is there, it gets stored in subconscious mind. Subconscious mind power is like a supercomputer. It stores it. And finally, the herbivorous animal like goat, deer, cow, all this, they only eat vegetables, and those experiences are also stored in subconscious mind. So after this, when it takes the human form, the sixth sense, we have got three kinds of gunas. That is, what it carnivorous is a rajasic. Omnivorous is a mixture of rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic gunas is pertaining to herbivorous. So our gunas is having impact on the past experiences stored in the subconscious mind right from my previous evolutions. That's why when a man is taking first in the evolution after the animal life, when he takes is the first primitive stage is the Rakshasa gunas, where man is purely in the animal stage. He eats animals and he drinks, and he is having the Rakshasa gunas of enjoying the pleasures, all these things. He is pernicious, he is perverted, all these things are Rakshasa gunas. A man wants to enjoy life by hook or crook, and he wants to kill people and enjoy the wealth and live a happy life, unmindful of the dangers that he is committing to the society. And that is the Rakshasa gunas which people possess. And next is people who are always afraid of facing the world, who are introverts, and who feel dejected, who feel inferiority complex, who feel shy to move other people. These are all people with tamasic gunas. And next is people with sattvic gunas. Sattvic gunas means what? They remain calm, peaceful, determined in their efforts, and they do act which is not hurting others, and at the same time they carry on their duties without hurting anybody. They carry on their duties, the sattvic gunas. And the final stage is divine gunas. Divine gunas, where once carrying on duties, they see that they don't harm others, torture others, but at the same time they see the God in everybody, they see Atma in everybody, and they, while fulfilling their duty, they also see they help others to uplift, and they find peace in the others. Only when they find peace in the others, they feel peace in themselves, and their mind's attitude goes in serving the humanity at large, serving the peace, work for the peace of the world. That is the divine nature. So the gunas we have seen: sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, and divine gunas. So gunas, especially among the common people, and the Rakshasa gunas we have seen, and the tamasic gunas. The common man possesses three types of gunas, that is rajasic gunas, tamasic gunas, and sattvic gunas. These three he possesses. So this, according to the situation, it varies. For instance, if you take mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, the same lady who is acting as mother-in-law at one place, mother and daughter relationship, mother and son relationship. So a mother shows love and affection towards her daughter and towards her son, and especially the mother's love and affection towards the son, because she is more attached, because he will be there. And daughter, because daughter after getting married, they are going outside. So until that period, they show love and affection on her. And whereas the daughter-in-law, so if three people are together, their love and affection towards son, daughter, and daughter-in-law, if you see, there is a variance in their gunas. The energy levels varies from what show love and affection she shows to the daughter. It varies when she is her daughter-in-law, because daughter-in-law she come from outside, and when she is having a kind of she want to show her pride on her superiority over her, because she feel inferior, because insecure that she may take her son. So these are all things that goes inside the subconscious mind because of the past experiences. A mother-in-law was earlier a daughter-in-law. While being a daughter-in-law, she had the experience of torture and teasing by her mother-in-law, and this experience of daughter-in-law mother-in-law relationship has been stored in her subconscious mind, which is getting reflected when she becomes a mother-in-law to her daughter-in-law. So all these negative experiences that got stored in the subconscious mind is reflecting back by way of our negative gunas. Similarly, but if you see mother-in-law compared to father-in-law, because father-in-law what he shows to the daughter-in-law, what he shows to her daughter and son, they are more or less same, because they they feel because the same kind of feeling towards daughter-in-law, daughter and son, because they are their focus is on how to take care of the family, how to bring peace in the family. All these things will be there. If you take the boss staff, so boss, if he thinks, if he feels, there are different kinds of boss. Some people they feel always superior, and they see on the higher wavelength compared to the staff, and they want to show their superiority always, and they maintain the gap between the boss and subordinate. So subordinate, when he comes inside, if he comes with a fear, and there is a relationship gap between these two people, always with fear he works, because that boss has got a mindset that if he keep being a good relation with as a friend, this man will not work, that he won't get productivity. But the thing is, though to some extent is correct, and the relationship is not good, ultimately the people remaining in the company for a longer period will go off, or those people working in the organization, they work with a kind of dejection, and their productivity is also low. So a boss should bring his wavelength in line with the subordinate, show love and affection, and bring his output to the maximum extent, so that the organization grows, the productivity of individual and organization grows, and that is the real leadership. A leader should lead the people. He should make his subordinates to lead, and he should gain them the requisite inspiration from him to see that they also grow. So like that, the person's attitude varies, the traits varies according to the experiences what they have stored in the subconscious mind. So the negative gunas is mainly because the negative experiences of the past, the negative reactions of the past, that is stored in the subconscious mind. Similarly, the positive experience is mainly because of positive reactions that you have. All success, all peace, all confidence, all determination. These are all positive attitude, positive actions we have done that get imbibed in the subconscious mind. So, how to remove the negative gunas? As I told you, negative gunas are all, it's a reflection from the past experience that is reflecting back. So, earlier we have seen that each, for instance, in our chakras refers to the astral body, And the third, that is Pranamaya, Annamaya Kosa, Pranamaya Kosa, Manonmaya Kosa, we have seen three. And our Buddhi, which operates in the Manonmaya Kosa. So that is a very important kosa which is directly in communication with the. See, normally the energies, movements and all is governed by the mind. And the body is only just carrier, it doesn't have much impact. How the mind reacts to the events that disturb the energy levels, and this energy level disturbance only degenerates the cells that cause for the disease. So the Manonmaya Kosa is the very important aspect. Here in that we have seen, when we are not using your energy properly, your positive intellectual energy gets settled in the Monada Chakra, we have seen. And whatever, every second, whatever experiences you are seeing, that experiences get stored in the Manonmaya Kosa at the Swadhisthana Chakra part. All the negative experiences. That's why our subconscious mind cannot be compared with any number of supercomputers. That much experiences, everything gets stored in the subconscious mind. Good experience, bad experience, everything. And these experiences get reflected in the Manipura Chakra part by way of gunas. So when you get anger, when you get fear, your stomach shakes. That is the factor. And whatever guiltiness experiences I told you, it gets stored in the Anahata Chakra, heart. So heart, where Atma Bharam will be there. A heavy stress here. And the stress once bursts, it comes to heart attack or cancer, all these things. So this is mainly because of the ego and the Visuddhi Chakra that we have seen. So we have to the ego is the factor which creates pride, which is the cause for desire, lust, greed, avarice, all these things. So when this thought comes, then automatically the negative reactions that comes. So ego, actions and reactions, what happens here? This activates the Agya Chakra, where the five senses get activated by the Buddhi. So the ego's activation of the senses with the Buddhi, and these experiences get stored in the subconscious mind, and these experiences every time when it reflects, it comes by way of gunas in the Manipura Chakra, and the negative experience gets stored in the Anahata Chakra by way of Bharam. So this Bharam, this Atma Bharam, this heavy simmering displeasure here once bursts in the form of disease. So our gunas has got a great implication on our health, on our peace, all these things. So how to overcome it? As I told you in my Atma Siddhi Yoga last time, we have to go inside to remove the negative gunas. If you want to remove negative gunas, we have to focus more on the Manipura Chakra. So Manipura Chakra, we have to imbibe the energy, more energy. First, before that, we have to imbibe more energy to the subconscious mind to remove all the negative experience from the past. Past experience you have to completely wipe off. After wiping off, then focus on your gunas in the Manipura Chakra. All the negative gunas, visualize all negative gunas have been removed. Then remove the ego. Then Atma Bharam will come down. When Atma Bharam comes down, you feel a sigh of relief. So your subconscious mind negative experiences you have to remove. Then your gunas have to be cleansed, and your ego has to be cleansed. Your sensual and this buddhi has to be tuned to the positive thoughts, and positive perception of senses has to be ensured. Once this is ensured, then you feel sigh of relief in your Atma, and that brings peace in your soul. And that peace only can able to make you to build in divine gunas in you. The divine gunas of peace, perseverance, devotion, dedication, involvement, self-determination, self-confidence, forgiveness, kindness, generosity. All these divine gunas once remain inside you, and you will remain in a state of Sthita Prajna. For remaining Sthita Prajna, as I told you, you practice the Atma Samadhi Dhyan. So, to eradicate your negative gunas, practice Atma Siddhi Yoga, where mainly focus on the mind cleansing technique, where I told you each and every chakras. First you have to awaken your Kundalini Shakti, and first cleanse all the negativity in the subconscious mind, and then you move to the gunas, the Manipura chakra part, and then remove the ego, then remove all the negative perception of senses, and then you remove the negative thoughts and imbibe positive thoughts, and that brings in absolute peace in you. By practicing Atma Samadhi Dhyan, you bring in the real Chitta Prajna stage where you remain calm at all times. This imbibe in you the divine gunas in you, overcome all negative gunas, and that will enable you to lead a successful, peaceful, contented life at all times. Thank you.